My name is Kerry Dew. I'm a registered dietitian, licensed dietitian nutritionist, and I've worked with community hospice and palliative care for almost 12 years. As the dietitian, I have the opportunity to work with a lot of different patients with a lot of different needs. Often I work with patients who are unable to eat due to swallowing issues related to their illness, and so they're on tube feeding. And it's really meaningful to me to work with these patients. It really adds to their quality of life once they get home, once we visit, to adjust their tube feeding plan to meet their home schedule. So when I go in for my consult, I talk with the patient and their family about their normal schedule and find out what really works for them and individualize that plan. And in a lot of cases, we can get them off of that equipment, that feeding pump equipment, for some hours during the day that gives them the freedom to move around if they're able to and just feel a little more normal. And so I do really enjoy when I'm able to help with things like that. As a dietitian, I also have the opportunity to work with our staff as part of the interdisciplinary team. We work together to support our patients' goals of comfort and quality of life. I am a resource to our staff for all things food and nutrition. I have been working here at Community Hospice and Palliative Care for almost 12 years, and I've been here all this time because it is such a rewarding place to work. I love working with our really talented and caring staff. I love working with the patients and the families. I've been a dietitian for a little over 20 years, and before coming to Community Hospice and Palliative Care, I worked in the hospital setting, and then I had the opportunity to work several years in long-term care. My time in long-term care, I feel like, really prepared me to enter the job when I was hired here at Community Hospice and Palliative Care, because some of the residents where I worked were in hospice care, receiving hospice services in the facility where I worked. And I had the chance to meet the nurses that came in and worked with those patients and work with them as part of the nutrition plan of care. I worked with the hospice team. And it just really impressed me and left a mark on me about how they cared for their patients. And I enjoyed working with those nurses. There was two in particular that really influenced me that I always think of. And they had even encouraged me, told me that I worked really well with the hospice patients. So when they created a full-time position at Community Hospice and Palliative Care for a registered dietitian, it just felt meant to be. So I applied and was blessed by getting the job.